If you have a Casely PowerPod wireless charger, stop using it immediately. The European Commission wants Google to share search engine data with its competitors. And Perplexity is bringing its personal computer AI assistant to Mac. It's Friday, April 17th, and here's a quick look at some of the news happening in tech this morning from Engadget. Casely has reannounced a recall of its PowerPod's 5,000 milliamp MagSafe E33A charger after dozens of people were injured and one even killed by the defective devices. That's according to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission in an announcement yesterday. It is recommended that you stop using the devices immediately, dispose of them safely, and then seek a replacement from the manufacturer. A year ago, Casely and the USPSC published a recall of 429,000 units of the power bank with the model number E33A. That followed 51 incidents of the devices overheating, expanding, or catching fire, and burning users in multiple cases. However, many of the devices have remained in use and are even more dangerous than initially thought. In August 2024, a New Jersey woman was charging her cell phone with the power bank on her lap when it caught fire and exploded. The victim suffered second and third degree burns and later passed away from complications from her injuries. In another incident, a woman was charging her phone on a plane when it caught on fire and exploded, giving her first-degree burns. As a result, the recall has been reissued due to a risk of serious injury or even death from fire and burn hazards to consumers, according to the Commission. Now, the defective Casely PowerPod's 5,000 milliamp charger is identifiable by the Casely embossed logo on the front and model number E33A on the back. It was sold at various online retailers, including GetCasely.com and Amazon between 2022 and 2024. Casely is offering free replacement units as a remedy. It's not clear if you can get a full refund, though. Those seeking one should write recalled on the battery pack in permanent marker and submit a photo, along with a second photo showing the E33A model number. Owners are instructed to dispose of them by contacting a facility that handles lithium-ion batteries. Do not throw them away with regular household waste, recycling, or standard battery disposal bins due to the risk of fire and explosion. The European Commission has proposed new measures for Google aimed at bringing the tech giant's search business into compliance with the Digital Markets Act. In order to allow third-party online search engines to be competitive with Google, the EC has recommended that Google permit those services to access its treasure trove of search engine data. As it stands, the proposal would require Google to let rivals see data points such as ranking, query, click and view data on fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory terms. European regulators have been using the Digital Markets Act to hammer at Google's dominant market position for several years. Beginning in March of 2024, Google was required to be in compliance with the DMA, and it did plan some changes in accordance with the legislation. A year later, though, the Commission levied preliminary charges against Google, arguing that Google Search and the Play Store had not met their obligations for market competition. Google offered some possible adjustments to how search results were displayed in response, but it seems the regulator is going to keep fighting for more robust changes to Google's search business. If you think all that sounds like something Google is unwilling and unlikely to do, well, you'd be correct. For starters, the actual requirements for Google could change in the coming months. The EC is accepting comments on the proposed measures through May 1st, and Google's legal team is certain to have a lot of opinions to share. A final binding decision on Google's next steps is due by July 27th, so we're expecting a lot of back and forth between the parties until that date. Perplexity has just released Personal Computer. The software, which is available for Mac, builds on the capabilities the company debuted with Perplexity Computer at the end of February. Like Claude Cowork and OpenAI Codex, it's a suite of computer use agents that can work with your files, apps, connectors, and the web to complete complex and even continuous workflows. Perplexity suggests a few different use cases for personal computer. Starting with the obvious, you can ask personal computer to read your to-do list. In fact, you can ask it to do your to-do list. It explains you can open the Notes app on your Mac, ask personal computer for help, and the system will reason how to best assist you. In the process of tackling that task, it can work across all your files, as well as apps like Apple Messages, and when needed, it will also employ multiple agents to complete a request. Like Anthropic did with Claude Cowork, Perplexity says you can also use its software to organize messy folders so files feature sensible names, and there's an easy-to-understand structure to everything. You can prompt personal computer with your voice, and you can even initiate and manage tasks from your phone. Perplexity says the app creates files in a secure sandbox, and any action it takes are auditable and reversible. Personal Computer for Mac is now available, beginning with Mac's subscribers. Perplexity said it would bring the app to its other users soon, prioritizing those who joined the wait list for the experience. Thanks for listening. There's more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Steve Dent, Anna Washenko, and Igor Bonifasic. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Monday with more tech news from Engadget.